There is no such thing as a coincidence. What's up? Is a Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite albums, and today I'm going to take my time out and do a small, tiny, quick review of the latest Mdou Moctar album, Afrique Victime. So, Mohamedou Suleiman from Niger, aka Mdou Moctar, is a Tuareg psychedelic rock singer-songwriter who blends genres of psychedelic rock and Tishoumaren, which is apparently a kind of a folk music that is very popular in Niger. And long time ago when I briefly mentioned Ibibio Sound Machine on my channel, I did say that I want to get into more music from Africa because I feel like at this point I have already listened to a lot of music from Europe, America, and Asia, but not much Africa. So I was actually kind of curious. Well, recently, this album has been getting into the charts in regular music, so it caught my attention and I listened to it. And I must admit, this kind of music takes some time getting used to because this isn't just psych rock. It is psych rock that's heavily mixed with sort of Niger folk music, that is Tishoumaren. And it does take some time for me to get used to this kind of music. So ultimately, I'd like to say that this kind of music isn't really my cup of tea. But that being said, though, there are still many moments in this album that I actually enjoy and I think is pretty damn good. So first of all, we have Chismiten, where we have a folky chord progression, smooth guitars, and hand claps. It is a very agreeable song. Nothing all that rough around the edges, nothing all that groundbreaking or innovative. It is pretty safe, in my opinion. But we also have these very folky chants and very folkish chord progressions that really drives the song forward. And while I'm not gonna say that the song is really catchy or anything, I still think it is definitely one of the better tracks on the album. We also have the second track, Taliat, which is another similarly built and arranged track with a moving, driving rhythm and heavy psychedelic guitars, which actually sounds pretty crispy and clear. And I'm gonna turn on the air conditioner again. Next up, we have the song Ya Habibiti, which is more of a low-key song in that the instrumentals are a little bit more low-key. It's a little bit more toned down, but still the chorus has enough energy for the track to drive forward. If there's one issue I have with these tracks, it's that the vocals are really buried underneath the mix of the guitars and the drums, but still they sound pretty nice. Then the album starts to go downhill with the track Tala Tannam, which is a more patience testing and quieter song. The production is not that great since it still has that noisy hand clappy quality to it which distracts it from the silence. And we also got these twinkling guitars, which is really nice, but overall definitely not one of the stronger tracks on the album. The track Astikte Akal seems like a track that's just too similar to the first three tracks. It just does not stand out at all. Similarly, Layla also sounds really similar, and the chord progressions and the melodies just do not change at all, and it just feels really stagnant. But the second to last track is the title track, and it is a 7.5 minute long song, and it is actually easily my favorite song off of the entire album. It is very playful, it is very fun, it has a very compelling driving rhythm and groove, and towards the end it speeds up, it gets noisy, and it is a really fun, memorable way to end off the track, and I just really love it. This is just one of those tracks where the folkier, more Tishoumaren instrumentals actually help the track get more entertaining and more enjoyable, and that's really nice. And the album ends off with Bismillahi Atagach, which is a pretty conclusive ending to the album. It's very smooth and agreeable, the guitars are pretty nice, and the hand drums are pretty driving. And overall, I wouldn't say that this is a great ending to the album, but certainly a conclusive one. It sounds conclusive. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. This is a short review. I know it's short. I promise that it's short, and I don't have much else to say. It's promising. It's definitely a promising album. You know, I definitely look forward to see more from this artist, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm sorry if I mispronounced some Tuareg here. Yeah, my favorite track here, is it Tuareg? The language? It's a language? Leave me alone. My favorite track is the title track, and my least favorite is Layla. I'm giving Mdou Moctar's Afrique Victime a strong 6 to a light 7 out of 10. So, have you listened to the latest Mdou Moctar album? From 1 to 10, I'm rated. Like it and subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. My next 2 album reviews are going to be Hobo Johnson's and Lana Del Rey's album review. And also some surprise album reviews.